All right guys, what's up? This is day 3. This is our back day today. Just like if you guys watched the other 2 days of training, which you should have if you're here watching this, it's going to be the exact same set rep scheme, which is going to be first set, that recruitment set, 20 reps. And I want you to squeeze all the way down. That's the advantage too of doing single arms. Get that range of motion. So focus on your elbow. Don't think about pulling your hand down.
James, I can't reach my lats.
Can't reach them?
Nah, too muscle bound.
Think about pulling your elbow down. Don't think about pulling your hand down. Put your focus into your elbow and pull that elbow all the way down as low as you can and back. Chest high. And the reason we're doing these 20 reps is I want you to use a lighter weight so you can really feel these. The fibers in his lats, they run at an angle like this. So that's what's actually going to lead us into our next exercise. They don't run vertical, they run at an angle. They insert, even coming on his iliac crest right on your hip bone, up into his humerus here. So what we're going to do is, working that same angle, we're going to come over to the cable crossover here, and we're going to play to that angle. So instead of pulling straight down,
you're not gonna do 130 pounds?
Yeah.
I think you can get it, man.
Now we'll get that on set 2.
Yeah, I think that'd be about right.
All right, so what I want you to do, make sure you're center here. You're gonna come forward a little bit because I want you to get a nice stretch, because I want your elbows behind you a little bit. Chest nice and high. What we're gonna do, squeeze all the way down. Focus on that squeeze. And again, focus on those elbows. Pulling those elbows down as low as you can towards your sides. So this is really working the same direction a lot of your lat muscle fibers. Make sure to get that little bit of an arch in your back. Remember, your lats also help hyperextend your back just like your lumbar does. So we'll do 20 reps of these as well for this first set. All right, so we've rolled through our first 3 sets. Our first recruitment set of 20 reps, 2 working sets at 10 reps, and now we're gonna finish off to our last superset, which is going back to our original weight, 15 reps. So for me, again, being my focus on my lats, trying to build width, we're gonna do another superset that still focuses on your lats, but instead of pulling our arms down towards our side, we're gonna do what I described before, which is bringing our arm down. So that's gonna be a superset between a straight arm push down, which you've got great range of motion really from here to here. The one thing that it's missing, like in old-fashioned pullover machines, is this range of motion from here to here. So we're gonna get that with a dumbbell pullover. So we're supersetting dumbbell pullovers with a straight arm push down. So just like the rest, we're gonna start with 20 reps, our recruitment set. Now in body position here, I like to get it where the edge of the bench is right there at the base of my skull. Now, you don't wanna overstretch this. That's a little hard on your shoulder. So you're gonna go down until you just feel a nice stretch, and you're gonna come back up, not to here.
Watch no resistance.
There's no resistance here.
Look where there is. If you go all the way up, you go all the way up real quick, there's your resistance.
And there's chest.
There's your chest.
We're not working chest. So we're gonna stop this range of motion right about here, which is where our straight arm push down range of motion begins. So it's from here back to there. There we go. So it's constant tension the whole time.
So if you notice, by supersetting this, you're literally taking up, the next exercise is taking over where this one left off.
15 should be challenging, and then 5 more. If you get to 20 and it's too easy, then your weight's too light. This isn't a warm-up.
Or you're just the man.
Yeah.
Or you're just freaking awesome. Just relegate yourself to pure awesomeness.
Okay.
Remember, now these are right. It's all about overload. He's overloading. There's overload going on here.
Yeah, these aren't a traditional warm-up set. It serves a purpose to warm up, but this is still a working set. So as Marc does those, I'm gonna jump over here and we're gonna do our straight arm push down. Now a lot of people do a push down really close. I don't like to do that because then my range or my resistance is very vertical. I want it to be a little bit more of an angle. So to do that, I step back. Bending forward, I'm gonna squeeze all the way back, and I want this to stop when it touches my thigh. And squeeze. Keep that arch in your back, chin up. So, again, you gotta know what area of your back you're trying to work on. So, we're specifically trying to build width in our lats with all these, either a pull down or push down motion. So now we're gonna go over to building thickness in our back, and that's gonna be, first we're gonna work on our traps and our rhomboids. And what you wanna focus on here is retraction of the shoulder blades, which literally just means squeezing your shoulder blades together. So actually, when you have access to a cable row like this, I like these a lot. And so what we're gonna focus on, everyone always asks, do you pull high, do you pull low? Look, if I were trying to focus mainly on lats, then I'd be trying to duplicate this kind of range of motion, which means very little biceps, and I would probably come down really low if I were trying to work on my lats, but we're not. We're trying to work on rhomboids, traps, so we're gonna pull high, right almost to the bottom of our chest, right to your sternum. So, same thing as other sets, 20, 10, 10, 15. We're a superset. I like to do unilateral when possible. So for a row, unilateral version of that is gonna be a dumbbell row. A lot of people will do a barbell row. The only thing I don't like about that is in order to pull high, if I turn sideways to you guys, to pull where I want to, which is up high like this, that means I've got this weight out here. That's a lot of stress on my low back. Now, I'll show you with the dumbbell row, I'm able to support my torso using my other hand on the bench. So that's why I like to use dumbbells. So, again, focus on your elbow, not your hand. Pulling your elbow up, retracting your shoulder blade. Pull that shoulder blade back.
See a lot of people on these, they just bend their elbow, they just pull their arm up.
This right here, this is biceps. This is all biceps. Focus on elbow up.
It's like you're starting a lawnmower, you're getting that full pulling with your back.
These, I want you to focus on retracting your shoulder blade. So I want you to kick your elbow out. Your elbow is gonna come out on these. We've done our first 3 sets. So our recruitment set, our first 2 working sets, 10 reps. Now we're gonna finish off with our burnout set, going back to our original weight, 15 reps. So now it's about building thickness in our lower back. That's our lumbar. And so now to understand how to do that, you have to understand what its function is. We talked about abs the other day and what the function of your abs are. And that's to flex the joint, which is your spine. So your abs actually flex your spine. Well, your lumbar is to support and to hyperextend. Okay. So to extend your spine, so what I like to do for these, and the easiest way to start off is with no weight, is doing hyperextensions. Again, not straight, but curl under, and then straighten it back out. So we're gonna do 20 of these with no weight. Really get your back. You don't have to hyperextend it, just straighten it fully. Okay. So now we're moving into our second set, 10 reps. So I use weight with these. Now I see a lot of people doing weird, scary things. I see people putting weight behind their back. There's one way that's nice and safe, and you just cradle it.
Yep.
On just curling your spine and isolating your low back, taking your hamstrings out of the equation, then you don't need much weight. That's 7 total sets. So our first 4 sets, which were 2 supersets, those all focused on building width in your back, focusing primarily on your lats. Then we moved over to our third superset, which developed thickness in your upper back, focusing on your rhomboids and your traps. And then we finish off here with hyperextensions. And all these are primarily, for the most part, even though a row is still technically considered a compound movement, they're isolation exercises. A lot of people think, say that deadlift is the king of building your back. It's not really.
It's a hip dominant leg movement.
Yeah, I mean, look, a deadlift is a great overall, almost like a whole body movement, but it's not the king of building backs like people think. You're using a lot of legs, and even for your back, a lot of it's just your lumbar muscles, because again, you know, in this position right here, you're just trying not to break your back. So all those
Yeah.
muscles are working to support your spine. It doesn't mean you're working your lats. It's not a good exercise for working your lats.
Not at all.
So this is all about focus. This is all about isolation, about targeting. And like Marc said, even if you don't incorporate everything, you can pull bits and pieces from this and incorporate it into your existing routine.
Absolutely.
So that is back. And so tune back in for our next workout where we're going to be hitting biceps, triceps, and a little bit of forearms.